Well, hello, my beautiful Leo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your yearly reading for 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Leo, this is your yearly reading for 2024. I'm going to do your overarching energy first and then follow it with the details month by month of what to expect. However, this year, it will be considered an intense transitional year full of plot twists, shocking exposés, and new technological firsts. A year that will be governed by the super serious planet Saturn, the great karmic retribution planet that can throw some serious and tough lessons, challenges, or course corrections our way, but actually encourages us to get serious about our life path for our highest good. Plus, I've already mentioned one of the most significant and powerful transits occurring on the 20th of January, Pluto moving into the maverick and revolutionary sign of Aquarius. Now, Aquarius energy rules society, social order, people's rights, infrastructure changes, as well as technological advances. Pluto is also associated with the Judgment card, an awakening to connect to your soul on a deeper level, to reset or rebirth in some way. So expect wake-up calls and controversial revelations on a global scale this year. 2024 is the transitional year for major change, and it really is a big deal. Pluto does not change signs regularly. It's often referred to as the generational planet. Now, the last time Pluto spent any time in, or long time, shall we say, in the sign of Aquarius, it was in 1778 to 1798, where we had powerful uprisings in the form of the American and French revolutions. Perhaps that's an indication of how the collective might be feeling from now right up until 2043. However, every planet has a positive and a negative, of course, and on the negative side, we may see some like oppressive power plays or restrictions on freedoms of speech or changes in policies, rules, and regulations. But on a positive, we'll potentially see more power to the people moments as Aquarius tends to join society together to exert their free will rather than to tear it apart. And last time Pluto actually moved signs long-term was in 2008, and it moved into the sign of Capricorn, which rules money, governments, and power structures. Now, Pluto can actually be a very destructive force. In 2008, we saw one of the most notably difficult financial crashes the world has ever witnessed. And whilst Pluto will spend some time, the majority of time in the sign of Aquarius, it will retrograde from September to November back into the sign of Capricorn. Now, this could indicate that we might potentially see some crisis moment economically. As Pluto moves back into Aquarius, this is where we might also see a more global launch of economic technology or something even we have never seen before, as Pluto's influence in Aquarius tends to fast-track innovation, especially in the realm of technology and AI. Now, I always say this, and the message is coming through there again for you. It is a perfect time to get into the habit of downloading monthly statements to keep a documented proof of what you have in your financial accounts, should there be any gremlins in the system this year. Pluto also reveals any hidden agendas, wrongdoings, or information kept from the collective from January the 20th onwards. But do watch out for distractions sent to camouflage these potentially controversial moments, because they will arise. Now, ultimately, there is a strengthening of community, giving a voice to the collective, a real desire to change the world for the better, and a yearning for more independence this year. And on a personal note, it's actually very positive because Pluto asks you to see below the surface and not take things at face value, okay? The transition, shall I say, rather, let me get my teeth back in my mouth. This transition will actually influence you in a major way to transform your life, reestablish your power, exert your independent nature, do bold and daring things that you've never done before, integrate and spread your wings to fly. And of course, on a psychological level, it will help you to release yourself from any self-sabotage traits or self-doubt. And Mercury, planet of communication, starts the year direct, making for a smoother transition into 2024. Now, if you're thinking of launching something online this year, it will be very prosperous. Humanity will access clear, logical thinking. You'll feel more organized to get stuff done, make swift decisions or changes to enable you to reach successful milestones in your life. Planning and strategizing will be at the forefront of your mind. And Jupiter, planet of good luck, we love that planet of good luck, expansion and opportunity, will be in the earth sign of Taurus. So 2024 might be more money focused, encouraging you to be more mindful of budgets and to get serious about your goals with a renewed fire in your soul. Jupiter also aspects Saturn to start this year, which is truly fortuitous for the collective, adding extra luck. And then Uranus and Jupiter, they take over to amplify that success, opportunity, and good luck overall at the beginning of the year, as well as encouraging you really to seek new knowledge, either through classes, books, online downloads. And with all these shifts and plot twists, you may even find yourself being super flexible to combine all these elements and find new ways of earning money, especially online, and generate more finances to create security in an ever-changing environment. It will be more important than ever this year, of course, to create space for mindfulness, to connect to nature, and to focus on your true calling, as well as develop and nurture friendships, relationships, and, communal connections there as well. Now, there are some bumpy times in 2024. I'm not going to lie to you, okay? We all know it is coming there, but it is important to watch out for three major events at the end of the year. Uranus retrograding from September, Jupiter retrograding from October, and Saturn direct from November. This combination occurred at the same time as that financial domino effect I mentioned in 2008, so it could set us all up for a bit of a wobble, okay? But ultimately, this year ahead also has so much potential for you personally to tap into. And January is the blueprint month for you to start from. Reaching higher than ever before, recognizing true happiness comes from within, and establishing security, comfort, prosperity throughout the whole of the year. Okay, now that is a lot, but it is the energy that's floating around for the collective. So it's something to watch out for. Now, for you in particular, my beautiful Leo, your overarching energy for the year is to really tap into what's important for you. I definitely see that you are going to be very money focused there, especially with Taurus. As I said there, Jupiter and Taurus are going to be very lucrative for you. So financially, I feel like you'll increase your money there. I mean, we've got the supermoon energy here, which tends to mean, you're going to be looking at your emotions and, any times that you feel that you overreact to something. Now, we all do it from time to time. You're going to really be sorting out what your triggers are this year and really, building a healthy boundary to make sure that people do not get access to that part of you to, destroy your energy or to influence or even manipulate your energy in any way there as well, okay? You're releasing like drama. Also, anything hidden from you does come to light this year, so a lot of exposés for you as well on a personal level. But this is about getting closure this year, cutting cords, really cutting cords this year completely. And you may have already started doing that before you even got to 2024, but there's going to be a little bit more of the same. Okay, sometimes we're given a longer period just to make sure that we have finally finished our lesson with a certain area of our life. But also I feel like you're going to be tapping into a talent that you have that perhaps you're aware of, but you haven't really reached its full potential. I feel to some degree it's hidden from the world, but you may actually launch it out into the public this year and let yourself be seen. This is going to be a very lucrative year for you, okay, financially. We've got this energy here, which is really about being patient, fruition from all of your goals and your endeavors, getting rewards for everything that you've been trying to work on. But also this is about creating comfort for you. So I feel, you know, if someone, for example, invites you out and you're not feeling it, I feel like you're going to be super honest and say, you know what, it's not for me this time round. I'm really sorry. I'll catch you next time. I really feel that you're really owning your energy and not giving away your power this year as well. Also, this is going to be a very fast pace for you when it comes to your goals and dreams, okay? I definitely see you're going to have lots of major revelations. I feel like you're focusing more on your destiny this year, on your true life's mission and purpose. And I feel some of you are going to really connect to nature and animals. Okay, in particular, some of you may even think about going on like a safari, or, you know, you may actually decide to create a sanctuary for animals, or you actually may visit a sanctuary for animals. I feel like there's a real affinity here for you this year regarding animals. Some of you may even adopt a pet, or perhaps a pet adopts you, shall we say. But I definitely get this energy that there's an affinity with animals there too. I mean, you've got the rider there, so that's a decision to be super focused, really be honest with yourself and move in the direction towards your dreams. You're going towards the sun, okay? You're really sorting the wheat from the chaff in your life. And I feel there's going to be lots of moments where you suddenly know what to do. And I feel this like restructure going on in your life some way. And a lot of you, I feel like you're going to travel more, or you're going to move, okay? There's an energy of movement here. So some of you are actually going to find a property or an area where you feel an affinity to. It could be more in nature is what I see here. And you may get the keys to that this year, 2024. Okay, so there's that coming through there as well. I feel also that some of you are embarking on projects on your own this year. This could be something online that you're going to launch, or perhaps it's a book or a screenplay or something artistic, because I feel this is actually going to be a very artistic year for you. Also, fish, lots of good lucks. Okay, moments where suddenly, out of the blue, things work out for you. And of course, the key there is about your destiny, but it's also about revelation, getting to know yourself on a deeper level. I feel, you know, with the supermoon there and the fish, this is like heightened emotions. So I feel like you're really looking at, you know, who you are, implementing self-care, self-love, but also emotional security. I feel that's really important for you as well. Some of you may have felt like you are, it's almost like, how can I put this? It's like you're in survival mode, okay? Some of you may have felt the last couple of years that you've been a little bit in survival mode, where you've been like on heightened alert for everything in your life. I feel things, although 2024, there's going to be a lot of distractions and a lot of plot twists, I feel like you are kind of like finding a peace and a balance within yourself that you haven't had fully for a couple of years. So it's almost like you're easing into 2024 in a different way. And I feel definitely very goal oriented. I see you definitely getting some sort of keys to new property. I mean, even if you're in a business right now and you're an entrepreneur, you could be getting like the keys to a new like environment, a new office, or some of you, it could be keys to a new car or something. But I definitely see that there's going to be a new set of keys coming into your life. They're actually showing me a bunch of keys in 2024, which can also indicate there's a little bit more responsibility. So for some of you, it may be that if you're purchasing property, for example, you may have a repayment plan that you have to adhere to, take responsibility and accountability for that. So I definitely see that this is a year of, you know, increasing your finances, but also responsibility and focusing on that dream, making it happen, and having a lot of success, knowing the direction that you want to head in. Because I feel there's a real clarity about you this year that perhaps, you know, hasn't been fully realized in previous years. So let's get straight to your month by month and see what's going on there for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Leo? What do they need to know? How would you like to receive? Thank you so much. We got the Fool card as the January. So this is about launching yourself into 2024. You know, where's the fun at? Curious to see what life has to offer. Some of you may have already like booked exciting things to do throughout the rest of the year because, you know, you are trying to live life to its fullest. My guide is actually pointing to my, well, it's my sweater and not my tea. Enjoy the moment. So I really feel this is what you're doing. You're enjoying the moment, or you've made a promise to yourself to enjoy the moment. Now, looking at it so far, yeah, you're definitely focused on putting your own needs first, not in a selfish way, but I feel like you're having a major glow up this year, very goal oriented, very focused on your life's mission or purpose. And I see a major move happening for you as well there. Some sort of major restructure going on in your world as well, especially in the middle of the year, but we will get to that in a moment as well. Also, I feel there's this this energy of reestablishing a relationship with yourself, parts of you that you felt like you lost touch with for years. It's almost like you're reconnecting to that. And it's like, Leo, you're back in the game of life. I feel like you're out there with renewed vitality, energy, and drive. And if some of you have been like struggling with health, I feel you're really going to be focused on your health this year, putting your own needs first, making sure that not only that you get the best out of life, but at the same time that you go from strength to strength. I mean, look, you've got the Sun card here. You've got the Strength card, which is all Leo energy. And I feel like you're doing you, okay? How would you like to receive? Okay. So I'm just going to pop this over here and get straight into the energy. I mean, I'm already starting to heat up. Okay, and when I do that, it tends to mean that there's radical change occurring, but also this year is going to get a little bit spicy for you in a really good way. Okay, and you know, this reading is not meant to be about love, etc., but if it pops up, I will mention it. But I see, you know, you are so over 2023, and that definitely came up in your monthly reading for January. The Fool card is all about a new start. You are launching yourself into new things. Some of you may have even said, you know what, there's a big old wide world out there for me to explore. Let's do some exploring. This is a card also of potential. So you're looking at 2024 that it has a lot more potential than other years. And I feel like you've promised yourself more playfulness, more freedom, more originality to express yourself, to be who you are, to pick up new projects, but also to embrace the year and all that it has to offer. Now, the Fool card is actually about diving on in. Okay, literally what that card has there, but also blooming and prospering. So I definitely get a sense here that you may be taking a risk in January on either a new idea or a new project or a new way of living. Also, there's this fresh new energy of purity coming through this card. So some of you may have had intentions of like, you know, disconnecting from anything that's toxic for you, whether that's body, mind, and soul or environment. So whether it's a food substance that has been, you know, triggering you or creating some sort of inflammation in your body, they're giving me inflammation in particular. I feel like you're going to disconnect from this. And I actually see that you're not going to be tempted to go back to that. Actually, I mean, there may be a little bit of a wobble round about February, March, April, May, June time, June. I feel like there may be a little bit of a wobble there in June where it's not even a temptation. It's like, remember that time that I used to do that and it was really bad for me? I feel like there may be like a thought process of how you've restructured your life and how proud you are that you remained true to your intention. That's what I see there as well. But also the Fool card is a card of opening yourself up to the journey and trusting that the universe has your back, okay? And I feel you're going to be doing bold and daring things that perhaps you haven't done before. So your overarching energy is that playfulness, that playful heart, that open heart, that childlike curiosity, connecting to your inner child. That may be something that's really on your mind in the month of January. But also I feel there's this, you know, light-footed energy about you where, you know, you are trying to be in the flow of life, but at the same time, you are recognizing that you can be whoever you want to be and you can do whatever it is that you want to do. Of course, there are some restrictions in life, but I feel like you're tapping into your authentic self and it's a fresh new you for a fresh new year. And I know that sounds like such a cliche, you know, because sometimes I look at 2024 and 2023 as just markers, symbols, and signs of milestones that perhaps we've accomplished, got through, or overcome. And we can experience cycles of the same old stuff. So I feel you, though, looking at 2024, this one's going to really hit different for you in general. And it starts with your mindset in 2024, January. Okay, that's what I see there. We've got the Magician card. So this, I mean, it's almost like you're deciding to take life in stages because the next stage is like the Magician. So you're starting from scratch on something, whether it's a new mindset, whether it is, a desire to get out there, have more fun, really connect to your fifth house energy of, flirtations with people or hobbies or, getting out there to really like live in the moment, literally, and, find yourself in good company. You're making magic. Okay, the Magician card, I'm just clarifying that full card there for you. So this is about all your potential. Your focus is on enjoying yourself, having fun. Of course, we all have responsibilities and we all have goals and things that we want to accomplish. But I feel like you're actually trusting in the unknown, that your visions, you're turning them into reality. Yes, you're taking action because the full card is to take action. For some of you, you've got a goal where you don't know how you're going to get there truly, but you're just going to put one foot in front of the other and trust that the universe has got your back. So I definitely see there's going to be a lot of new things or new firsts happening for you in the month of January. Also, I see a compliment coming your way where you do not look your age, and that's going to come your way around about the third week of January. Someone pays you a compliment, and I feel, it just kind of like perhaps underlines how you're feeling about yourself right now, because I feel this year there's something different about you. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. I just heard this sentence and it may resonate with someone out there. Of course it resonates with this card, but it says, this is the year where you pull it out of the hat. So, I'm not really sure where that came from, but I just heard that from my guides. This is the year where you pull it out of the hat. So, I feel like you make something happen, you transform your life infinitely. And I mean, the Magician card, of course, is all about potential. It's about your skills. You're a very talented, gifted person, and you're concentrating on accomplishing something, taking action on something, and having the confidence to get there as well. That's really important. The Magician card actually highlights that although some of you may have some new firsts going on in your life, whether they are new diets, exercise routines, new friendships, new jobs, or just new ways of approaching life in general. This indicates that you have everything you need within you to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. All the tools, you've got them within you, okay? So, the Magician card tends to connect to all aspects of the elements. So we've got Earth, which is the plans. It's about being grounded. It's about being realistic. It's also about, being determined and hardworking. Also, we've got fire, which is your element, which is the passion, the drive, the tenacity to get stuff done. And of course, we've got the water, which is about the dream itself. It's about feelings, following your heart and your visions, as well as, of course, the swords energy, the air energy, which is all about action. It's about visualization. It's all about communicating, not only to the people around you, how you want to live your life and how you like to be treated, but also to the universe about what you expect to achieve. Your thoughts become things. So I definitely see that this year has a lot of potential for success here for you. I'm going to go one more with that Magician card because it's a major arcana. So it almost feels, and this is a full deck, okay? It almost feels like January is a really big month for you to take action on something. It could be creative, okay? But ultimately, January requires your focus. And there's something, like a wish or something magical showing up for you. And I feel like you're in the flow of creating something really special for your year ahead. We've got the Nine of Swords there. You do need better sleep, okay? Nine of Swords can be a card of, not really getting the sleep that you require, perhaps burning the candle at both ends, especially if you're alive with lots of ideas bubbling up and thoughts of how you want to proceed with the year ahead. I mean, the King of Cups, it's a strong indication. Go big or go home this year, but also I feel like you're establishing your power. I mean, your emotions may fluctuate a little bit in the month of January. This could be because we have that full moon in your sign on the 25th, okay, which reminds you to, of course, shine your light, follow your heart, and be flamboyant, but at the same time to be humble because there's some wonderful things coming your way, and you recognize that not everybody is going to receive the successes that you're going to receive. So I feel like you also recognize to read the room, as it were, that there are some people who are going to be truly struggling this year. Now, with the Nine of Swords and the King of Cups, it tells me that you're trying to be a little bit more compassionate about how you talk to yourself, the inner narrative. We all have that inner critic. So I definitely see that you are having a call to faith here. And I feel like you are sort of like telling yourself that yes, there's going to be some changes and everything is going to be a bit of a restructure, but at the same time, everything's going to be okay. And you're right, everything is going to be okay. I feel like you are opening yourself up to new possibilities, which can make you feel a little bit daunted. And I feel some of you may be doing something new and radical from January onwards, or even this may be the blueprint. These are the thoughts that you are trying to action by following your heart. It's a big deal and you'll make it happen. But when we're about to launch something that perhaps is, major in our lives, as you can see there, this figure here, although the seas are really choppy, this figure is comfortable that now is the right time to launch something. And you can see there, that ship is sailing through, basically a very small arch that is practically impossible, okay, with the choppy seas there. So there's potential there for things to not go as planned. But this figure is confident that now is the time to launch the big dream or the big goal. Go big or go home, because that little ship there is like for another time. This ship could actually realistically get through this hole with those choppy waves. Right? But this figure has said, no, now's the time to go and strategically do something that potentially could be difficult, but you trust that it's going to work out in your favor, and it will, okay? Now, also, some of you may be worried about a family member during this time period, but I'm getting a call to faith here. I'll pull a card on it, a separate one, because the King of Cups, male or female, not a gender-specific reading, but it could be someone who is older than you. Perhaps you're a little bit worried about this person. Because the Nine of Swords is to be worried about something. The Eight of Swords, this could be that this person, they're hard to reach. They're stubborn in their energy, and whilst you want to give this person good advice and be there for them, that's all you can do is give them good advice and be there for them. I feel there's nothing to worry about because the Eight of Swords is really like a self-imposed restriction. And it's like sometimes, especially if we are away from a person, if you're at a distance from a person, yeah, I felt that distance with the World card there, especially if they're, in a different part of the world than you. Some of you may be like super worried about them, but I feel like communication will be kept there, okay? The World card indicates that it will complete its cycle. So if, for example, someone is thinking about traveling abroad, for example, and you're worried about that person, I feel, there's nothing to worry about. This person, if they're ever stuck, they know that they can call on you and reach out to you. So I'm really getting this energy that especially if you are a parent and you have a child who's decided they're going to like take a gap year or go traveling, you may be initially really worried about this because you emotionally care about this person so much. You have a beautiful heart. But with the World card, it's like everything will be as it's meant to be. They want to go out there, learn lessons, and some of them may even think about like emigrating, or, some of you, my beautiful Leo, may be thinking about moving to another part of the world, and it's worrying you. But what I see here is that you accomplish your goal, or your child accomplishes the goal, and I feel everything is, rewarding, and it feels like it's flourishing. It's actually truly positive there as well. Now, I feel one of the major lessons that you're learning, and it's almost like a blueprint for it in January, is you're learning about the power of your mind and how sometimes when you're about to accomplish something really, truly great, that's when the doubt sets in. Can I do it? There's an energy here of imposter syndrome. So some of you may have been experiencing that from time to time. It always creeps in just when you're about to do something radically different and you are, going to step into your greatness. You are typically, very, how can I put that? Very talented, very gifted person who is capable of a lot. And just when you're about to reach the heady heights of fame, for example, or reach the top of your career, suddenly you may start to think, well, can I do it? Or what if I fail? But I see you flying this year. I really feel there's some great things happening there for you. Now, as we move into February, we have the Empress energy. So this is, you getting a lot of attention, being seen for who you are, for your creative gifts. I feel this is a busier month than January. Okay, I feel like it can be very productive this month, but also I feel there's an energy here of you receiving some sort of reward or accomplishment for what you've done. Some of you may even get like a certification in the month of February there. But this is about you really nurturing yourself and seeing it's like seeing the outcome of the decisions you've made in January. So for example, if you decided to cut coffee out, I'm just giving an example, I'm not telling you what to do. I could never get rid of my cup of coffee in the morning. But if, for example, you decided to cut coffee out of your diet, and in February, you start to really notice the effects on your body, your mind, and your soul, okay? And I feel like these are noticeable effects where you're having a glow up, you feel more focused, more clear of mind. You're not having intense highs and crashing lows. I really get a sense here that you are, like a new version of yourself. It's almost like you're paying attention to your body's needs. A lot of you are also trying to get a little bit more out into nature. And for some of you, if you're pregnant, this could be the month where you have your child, okay? So there could be a birth that you have there if you are expecting, but if not, you could hear of a birth there as well. But February seems to be the month where you transform your life to make sure that you are definitely adhering to healthier practices. You're brimming with potential and possibility, and some of you may actually establish yourself in a higher position. So this is a high month where you could actually get a promotion or some sort of new income raise, or you may something that you launch in the month of January. You could start to see financial rewards happening in February as well. Now, if you're looking for love in the month of February as well, I feel like you're going to get a lot of attention. Okay, I mean, of course, February tends to be Valentine's month, but I feel you're going to notice people noticing you. There's a magnetism about you as well there. So I feel that you're going to step into something very creative as well in the month of February. It's a highly creative month, and I feel this is a month where, like, for example, I'm just getting this, and it may not resonate with everyone. It feels like someone invites you to like a spa. Okay, I mean, I know that sounds so random. I mean, it could be that they invite you out like for a coffee. Well, you'd say no if you've decided not to have coffee, or go for a beverage at a spa, or just because I see. It could even be like a park, like a natural reservation park or conservation park where, I see someone inviting you to spend time there. That's so random. It may not resonate for you. You'll travel there wherever it is. The Chariot card. There's movement. Something that was moving at a slow pace also starts to speed up. So if you're expecting good news, this will be the time where you'll receive that. I mean, the Knight of Cups also. Some of you, if you're going on vacation or you have something booked, a retreat or something, or, and again, this is not going to resonate with everyone, but it's coming through, so I have to mention it. It could be that you're going on like a detox week away, or so I'm just getting that coming through in February. You could actually meet a soulmate there if you're looking for love, okay? But the Chariot card and the Knight of Cups also indicates that you are learning to fall in love with yourself, okay? On a high level where you are compassionate, there's emotional security here, and you are noticing and solidifying what it is that you have to offer in life, because you have a lot to offer, both love, career, friendships, everything that you find yourself a part of. You have a lot to offer that situation. You are a gift, okay? But also I feel some of you may have a quick getaway during this time, because I feel peace of mind, especially since we got the lotus flower opening up there. You're following your heart. I definitely see some great news coming in February for you, some sort of exciting win, whether it's you making progress in some area for following your heart, or you have a renewed energy. You're going to be victorious, because this is a card of triumph, okay? This is a card of And there's also more of that to come in April as well there for you. But this is about, being your wonderful, authentic self, connecting to your soul song and, following your heart, but also attracting what your heart truly desires. So some sort of reward. I mean, it could be something that you are competing for, or it could be something that you've worked really hard for. For example, if you've been studying, I feel you could get a qualification or a certification round about this time as well. But the Chariot card also indicates you're keeping a tight rein on your finances, okay? So I feel that, some of you may be saving to move to the country or saving for some sort of relocation or even a vacation. So you're keeping a tight rein on those finances, and you're going to find yourself in a state of peace, but also I feel like your heart will be happy. Okay, if you are looking for love, February is a great month that you are going to, find someone. But also, if you are in a high-level commitment, you and your partner, you may decide to actually relocate or go on a big vacation. And if, for example, you are not... How can I put this? Yeah, if you're not living with this person or you're not engaged or married to this person, this is where they could pop the question. Okay, to get married. So I feel February, I mean, that's such an obvious thing to say, getting engaged around about February time, but it's coming through. There's also another potential time where that happens as well, which is in June. Okay, that's coming out there too as well. I'm just going to go one more because the Chariot card again indicates a major energy where you are thinking about change, where you're looking at your direction. You're definitely following your heart, but also I feel that this is about, it just feels like it's more than that. It feels like you're not really focusing on the heaviness in the world, which is, of course important for us to recognize what's going on in the world. But at the same time, I feel you're like shutting off things that perhaps overwhelm your heart with emotion because you are an empath. So I feel there's some sort of like acknowledgement and you wanting to do your bit. I feel a very strong humanitarian energy coming through in the month of February. So some of you could do something in terms of charity, or you attend a charitable event, or you help your friend out with something. I definitely see there's some sort of generosity of giving your spirit, your time, your energy, even your money. I feel like distribution. I feel like you're giving of yourself. But at the same time, I feel like you are trying not to let anything change your vibe this year, where you stay focused and try to believe in the best in the world, because that changes vibrations. So I know the Fool card can indicate that naivety. I've got it myself, where we naively hope that to some degree we can change the world for the better on our own, but we can't do it alone. It's all about the collective. And I feel you're recognizing that we are one conscious collective energy, and that if your pocket of the world is changed and transformed in some way for the better with your kindness, your giving nature, your empathy, then collectively we can change the vibration and change the course. Remember, Saturn is all about course corrections, and I feel this year for you is no different. King of Pentacles, okay? So if you're looking for love, this could be an earth energy that's coming in your way. Someone with placements in water as well is there, especially Cancerian energy. So this person is emotionally available. Also, they've got their life together. They are someone who, has quite a lot of money. They're quite successful. But I feel like you're not really focused on that. I feel like you're looking for someone who is kind, open, honest, loyal, and someone who wants to have fun, okay, without the baggage of the past. But also the King of Pentacles, when it comes to your energy, my beautiful Leo, I feel like you're making really great financial decisions. I feel like you are ambitious. I feel like you're successful. This is a card of success. It's a card of stepping into a leadership role. So as I said, there could be more status going on there. Maybe a position is offered to you in the month of January, but you don't fully establish it or start it until February, if you're in a career. But this is a card that indicates more responsibility, investing in yourself, but also, getting serious about your finances, maybe even like connecting to high interest yields. I don't even know what that means. I'm going to have to look that up. But that just came out there as well. But the King of Pentacles can also be about seriousness. Okay, it's like spending time between two energies, you know, because the Chariot card, where is it? It's here. Chariot card is like, you know, you get to decide the direction. And sometimes we can be ruled by seriousness and heaviness and responsibility, but also we can follow our heart and, you know, allow ourselves to be a little bit more playful and have wonder in our hearts, like a child, of all the potential and possibilities of what things could be or how things could turn out. And I really feel like you're trying to tap into that sense of, excitement and enthusiasm that anything's possible. Now, King of Pentacles, you're attracting more wealth, more abundance, more success. And the Empress there as well solidifies that overarching energy. As we move into March, this is when you get like super serious about your life's purpose. There could be some wake-up calls in this month for you as well. So if, for example, there's still something that you haven't fully cut out of your life that perhaps is a little bit toxic or is not good for you, I definitely see that you're getting super serious and making sure that you finalize that there as well. Now, the Judgment card is a card of clarity, okay, especially about direction. And you've got the Chariot card as you move into April. So that's really, you know, the first couple of months is about your direction and where you feel like you want to take life to next. But this is about your calling. You're really listening in the month of March. And also when you get this, it's almost like an understanding of what you need to do. You're being called in a certain direction to follow for your highest good. But also, I mean, the Judgment card is an awakening, okay? So it can mean that you're facing a level of ascension in the month of March that helps you see things that perhaps other people cannot see. You are a beautiful soul, and I feel, you know, you want to see the beauty in the world, but you're also highly aware that there are some changes occurring that perhaps you may not be happy with, or the collective may not be happy with. And I feel like there's a wake-up call in the month of March. I mean, for the collective, I feel there could be something happening around about March, April time that will ricochet throughout the rest of the world at large. But your focus there with the Judgment card is about a rebirth. Now, I also get an energy, some of you may actually reconnect to a hobby or have a second chance at something in the month of March there as well. This could be a second chance at, an opportunity, whether it's career related. If you're retired, this could also be about you stepping into a new energy. Some of you may have decided to retire in 2024, and I definitely see that you're going to spend a lot of your time traveling, being really savvy with your finances, even if you're worried about your finances, because don't get me wrong, this year there's going to be a lot of increases in the cost of living, and I feel like you're going to make allowances for that as well. So I do see some shifts there that perhaps a collective are going to feel the pinch a little bit, but I feel like you're making really great decisions, whilst at the same time not really budgeting too much, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. It's like quality over quantity is what I'm hearing for you there as well, okay? Now, if you're already retired, I definitely see that, you are focused on your family, but also on traveling, perhaps opening yourself up to cultural vacations where you learn more about the world at large, different civilizations, as well as yourself and your place in it. I feel like you're more mindful of your purpose. A lot of you are going to be focusing on your projects as well. And I definitely see a move here, a move that may even surprise your nearest and dearest. So you may think about moving away and maybe a little bit further than you expected, or it could be that suddenly you decide you want to change everything. So I just get this energy where you're doing what's right for you, but at the same time, I feel you're called to do this. Ace of Swords. We've got the Three of Swords. We've also got the Ace of Swords. Okay. And we've got the Four of Cups. So with the Four of Cups present, it tells me that you're kind of looking at how you spend your time, where you feel like disappointed, or where you feel like bored, or you feel unfulfilled. And I feel some of you, The month of March, I mean, I don't like to give this message, but it is coming out there. For some of you, it could be a month of struggle as you wrestle with the next stages, or you have some sort of wake-up call. I mean, it could even be like a friendship, especially since we've got the Ace of Swords here. There could be someone who, disappoints you in the month of March. It could be as simple as, you arrange to meet someone, and last minute as you're on the way to meet that person, suddenly they cancel, and you're like, I'm literally on my way. And you see this as like a bit of an affront that they haven't taken into account that your time is also valuable and that you were giving your time to this person. So, and they suddenly like drop you for other plans, or even if it's like, they have an emergency. I mean, of course you understand. The Ace of Swords is a card of understanding. But at the same time, I feel like you are looking at this person's behavior from before as well. This is also a month where I feel there could be some tension, okay, between you and a person that you really care about. And, there could be some cross words there. I feel like a solution will be found. I feel like you and this person, you'll hash it out a little bit. I also see this person will take accountability for their actions and really tell you the truth, okay? I mean, the Judgment card can be a card of the big reveal. Like suddenly there's an epiphany moment or clarity on something, and it could be that there's something not working in your life, or perhaps there's a friendship that you're evolving from or outgrowing. It could also be that you've taken on too much and you need to really like downsize your schedule or your list in some way, because sometimes the body will send us lots of signs and say, you're exhausted, you need to rest, you need to calm down, or you need to find pockets, moments of pause in order to replenish. So it could be that you're going to have like a wake-up call in that area. For some of you, not all of you, I want you to be clear on this. Some of you, if you're waiting on like some sort of procedure or surgery, March is the month where you may hear about that, okay? And it could be that you'll actually have the surgery in that month. But I still see that even though the date is given, there may be a change at the last minute to a little bit later on. It feels like a delay by about 2-3 weeks, okay, there. So I feel there could be a delay there too. Now, Three of Swords, it basically means to struggle, okay, or to have some sort of heartbreak or sadness, okay, and this can indicate here whether it's someone who actually says something to you, or the going gets tough. There's hardship in some way, but I feel it's you wrestling with your path. More than anything, the major energy that I've got coming out here is that you're trying really hard to be doing your life's purpose, and to follow your heart is hard. Sometimes we get a lot of disappointments, and with the Four of Cups there is a disappointment coming for you in the month of March. Okay, I can't deny it. I can't hide it from you. I'm not going to like put it over here, pretend it didn't happen. Three of Swords and the Four of Cups. But what is really wonderful is, whilst there is a disappointment, as you can see, you're being protected. This wonderful, I want to say it's a goose, even though, it looks more like a duck, but the energy I'm getting from it is a goose. I'm getting this energy that you're protected and redirected. It's a silver lining that this thing does not go your way in March, because there is something better coming for you that you will celebrate in the next 2 months, okay? So I definitely see, especially since you've got the Ace of Swords here, suddenly you can see clearly that, destiny and fate intervened to protect you in a situation in the month of March, okay? And it was for your highest good. So if, for example, you, step into a new leadership position perhaps, and, you've got a project on and the project doesn't go your way, it wasn't meant to, because that client was going to be really difficult down the line and try to destroy you in some way. So, the energy of the universe is far-reaching. It can see what is ahead. Now, we all have the ability to change or tap into different energies and shift like our personal timeline in some way to influence how things work out. But the energy, the trajectory that you're on at the moment is that March is potentially, a disappointing month, or, a month where, you may have divine intervention, and spirit actually steps in to help you in the best possible way. I feel like you can expect quick results. I would also say don't go too quickly, because you may miss something, or you may trip up, shall we say, if you rush into anything. when it comes to March. Okay, so I would say slow your pace a little bit in March there as well. The umbrella represents protection. So whatever this is that has the potential to really disappoint you or discourage you in the month of March, you're protected, and instantly you see that there is something better for you, and you see clearly why there was a divine intervention to make sure that you didn't connect to that thing that potentially could have been even more of a struggle or a sadness. Okay. So, I mean, there's a Four of Cups there, Three of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. You're going to be very cerebral in the month of March there. So I feel like you're going to strategize. Something changes your life forever in the month of March, but in a good way, in a positive way, okay? Ace of Swords is transformation. It is synchronicity, coincidences. You're going to see lots of those operating in your life for your highest good in the month of March, and things start to move you forward. There could also be some really excellent information that comes your way, but at first it doesn't feel excellent. At first it feels like, oh, well, I wasn't wanting to hear that. But then suddenly, when you start to see the chess moves happening in March, you're like, I can see now that I'm on the right path and that this is for my highest good. So a little bit of a wake-up call there as well. Also, if there's someone who keeps disappointing you, who keeps promising you the world and delivering nothing, I feel like you decide to finalize a closure on that situation, because I feel like you cut this situation out, and I feel with clear thinking energy, you're done with this. Okay, so there may be a communication that comes through that actually disappoints you, where you're like, oh, same old thing, just nothing ever materializes. I feel like you're disappointed, but at the same time, I feel, you know what, you've got this and you're on to something better, and you don't need this person's energy or low vibe trying to drag you down. Now, as we move into April, this is a big month for movement forward, but also harnessing your energy to make progress. I see you dedicated to something this month, dedicating your energy, your assertion, your willpower towards a successful outcome. Also, I feel like your confidence in what you're doing, what you want to accomplish, because I feel like you have a goal that you accomplish in the month of May. Okay, I feel something comes full circle for you. This is a card of, everything working out in your favor, any obstacles that come your way, overcoming those, but it can also be a shift in your perspective or a change in action on your journey in some way. And some of you are actually going to purchase a car in the month of April, okay? So this could be where I see the keys, getting the bunch of keys there. It could be something that perhaps if you've got a car already, for example, and you're paying it off, it could also be when you pay off the car. But let me just clarify that. The Chariot is a victorious card. It means success. And it also means that you utilize your skills fearlessly to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. The Chariot card is actually essential for your personal growth as well, because it means you're moving forward in life. You're not stagnating. Okay. Now, life, of course, is all about ups and downs. And there are moments of action and there are moments of pause. And I feel like, there is a major pause coming for you round about June, July time. And again, round about November as well. But I feel most of the year is going to be quite a fast-paced year for you. Two of Swords, there's your pause. And we've got the Three of Pentacles there as well. So the planning stages of something. The Two of Swords is like a stalemate. Okay? The Chariot card means that you move forward on it. So that's the overarching energy. So I feel like having the perfect answer for your highest good will come to you. They're giving me this sentence. One moment, please. In stillness comes wisdom. In stillness comes wisdom. And by they, I mean my guides, okay? So I feel any time where you have a moment where you feel like, nothing's happening, I feel like you're recognizing these are not times where boredom sets in. These are times where you recognize that the universe is trying to give you a message or capture your attention, okay? So I feel the Two of Swords. There's also a Three of Pentacles here. I'm also getting this major energy of home, building a home. So it could be that you find two properties that you really enjoy and you could see yourself living there. So I feel there's one in particular there that you really can see yourself as like being the home that you'll be in forever, okay, is what I see there. Look at that Two of Swords. There's two birds there and they have a home. little bird box there, and they're on top of the home. They haven't decided to go in yet. So, and this figure cannot see it. So it's like there may be a property that you see if you're looking to relocate. There may be a property that you see and think, you know what? I really like it, but can I see myself living there? Can I see myself in this room, in this garden, if you're lucky enough to have one of those? You know, I feel like you have to visualize yourself to really see if this is for you. But I feel there's also the potential for you to see something that you really like, but perhaps it's a little bit high in price. I feel like it will go down in price briefly, not by much, okay? But I feel there is a potential for you to pool your resources with either a family member or a friend or a soul tribe member, or even, of course, a financial institution in order to make it work. You will make it work, but I feel not overstretching yourself and being really realistic about what it is you can afford is important, okay? Because you don't want to be set up for a shock. Around about June time, there is a potential where things could increase or surprise the collective, shall we say. So, for example, you know, I would watch out for that there as well. Now, really interesting, as soon as I saw, well, I touched the tower, okay, because you do have a tower in June. When I touched that, I saw a magpie, one magpie. Okay, so that tells me one for sorrow. So we will go into that in a moment. But I see it flying away. Okay, so, I mean, that could mean that sorrow leaves, but I will tap into that when I get there. Just odd that I touched it and saw it, so then I just had to mention it, because if I don't mention what I see in the water, then, you know, it'll stay stagnant, and I need free-flowing energy to give you what you need to hear. But the Three of Pentacles also indicates planning, you know, engineering a plan and having people come towards you to want to help you. So this could be a prime time to collaborate on something or consult on something. Some of you may actually be launching a consulting business, or perhaps you are getting like a project up and running where, you know, you write a book which can communicate who you are and how you felt throughout your years regarding some area of your life. There may be a particular theme that you want to write on. Could also be a course of learning for people that you may put online to, you know, learn from, whilst at the same time financially you get money from it too. Two of Swords really is about time to either compromise or make a decision. It's also a duality energy. So it can mean that some of you are meditating on something about a directional pull for yourself, whether it is you want to relocate or, you know, even change direction, like shake up your route to work or your route to the store. I feel like you are looking at new, innovative ways of leading your life because you want to keep things interesting. And also that Three of Pentacles indicates something that was delicate, especially if you've gone through a procedure, okay, in the month of March there. I feel like you may be delicate. However, I feel like you will rebuild stronger than ever before, because as you can see there, these birds are sort of coming together to make this wonderful, well, it's a poppy there made out of brick. So something that has a potential to be really delicate actually becomes something very solid and foundational in your life. Also, I feel Three of Pentacles, this could be teamwork. So you may actually be really looking at who's got your back, who supports your goals and dreams, and who actually tries to derail them or discourage you in some way. And I feel like you're really noticing who is on your team in the month of April there too. Now, of course, the Three of Pentacles is also giving me an energy of things taking shape, everything coming together and becoming tangible. So I feel like you're going to be really proud of yourself this month, that you're going to see so much progress. And if you are a teacher, for example, I definitely see that you are going to have a sense of pride of what you're building and helping, you know, the legacy that you're sort of leading with these children that you are teaching. I feel like you're doing a really good job. And if you're a student or you're thinking about taking some sort of course of learning, I feel like you are like, there's this energy of being on top of the class, okay? But at the same time, there's one pocket or one area that you'd like to know a little bit more about that you don't fully understand. So you may actually enlist the help of somebody who's more knowledgeable, or, you know, do a little bit more reading or searching for information that helps you there. But also I'm getting an energy, and this is like, It's kind of a mundane energy I'm getting in April. There's going to be a lot of DIY work. Some of you may make repair work around the home space, or even if you have a car, there may be repair work around a car. I mean, if you've got a new car, I don't expect the repair work to be around that, okay? But there may be something in the delivery of that car that you may question, okay? And you may need to send it back briefly. But that, I mean, that's coming out as a small energy. It's not going to affect the majority. So if you're purchasing a new car, I only see it like a small percentage of having to send it back and then have it like returned, fixed. So yeah, I'll leave it like that. But I feel things are coming together for you in the month of April, and things are starting to look up is the energy I'm getting there too. I feel also that, you know, you're making sustained effort to create your stability, and you are the architect of your dreams. But some of you may feel that you have a lot of ideas and a lot of things that you really want to connect to. But at the same time, you know, you really need to prioritize what's important. So I feel like you're being stricter with your time. I feel like you are, you know, managing your schedule and also your finances there too. In terms of finances, for the first couple of months, I see you replenishing and building, attracting more, having ideas in order to help yourself grow your wealth there. And as we move into May, I feel that you have some sort of extra prosperity that comes in your way. This is reaching a goal or some sort of definitive milestone in your life that you will celebrate, okay? Also, this is about completing a task or tying up loose ends. Some of you maybe finalizing something. I am getting a small energy for some of you, and this is not going to resonate with all of you, so I don't want you to panic. You know yourself how things are going for you, but I do see some people like closing a business or closing something that just isn't working anymore because you're going to take up something else, or you're already working on something else. It is way more prosperous, because I do see you attracting a lot of wealth, but it may mean that you like close something else. So that's what I'm getting there. I'm not really sure how I'm getting that, but yeah, you may even surprise some people about like having some sort of major plot twist in your world around about May, June time, where you make a sudden change or restructure in your world. But it is for the better, because you end up being really happy with whatever this is, okay? Now, the World card, of course, is, you know, the full reward of the success. So when you have the Chariot card, this is the triumphant moment of recognizing that you did a really great job. And the World card, of course, is, you know, having the goal in your hand physically. So I feel this could be when you get that certification. You may hear about it at the beginning of the year, but you actually fully have that certification that you could probably frame if you wanted to in your hands. Also, the World card indicates you're going to be in the right place at the right moment and the right time to receive more prosperity or opportunities, because I feel like you're in a cycle, and it feels like this new cycle, it's almost like you have two starts to 2024, if that makes sense. So your first start is, of course, January, but then your next start is in July. So July and August. So it's almost like there's something new going on there for you. So whether it is, I feel like it's a big like lifestyle change for you, and a declutter of like things that are not right for you or right for your path. So I just get this sense, I don't know how else to describe it. There's two starts for you this year. And the World card signifies that closure. Okay. And so it could be the end of something that's been important to you for a while, but you feel it's run its course. And I'm going to pull some cards on that World card energy, because this can also be you reaching that final destination, having a deeper understanding of your role in your life, and the efforts that you've made do come full circle. So you do receive the reward there as well. For some of you, this could be when you actually relocate. Okay, so for example, it could be that you have to make some decisions on relocating in the month of April if you're looking for property, or if you're thinking about moving abroad or emigrating. The World card tells me that this would be the prime time where you would do it. Also, some of you may be like vacationing as well. We've got the Three of Swords, so perhaps it's connected to what's gone on in March. I will clarify that for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Yeah. So, I mean, for those of you who have had some sort of like procedure or surgery in the month of March, this is definitely about healing, taking your time to heal and getting to that final place of you're back to best. Okay, so as you can see there, we got that Three of Swords, which definitely came out for the Judgment card there. And we've got the Seven of Pentacles, which is to find alternative ways to, you know, use your energy. So some of you may actually have to slow down pace a little bit. But also we've got the King of Swords there, which is a mending card. As you can see, there's a needle and thread there. So I feel like you fix whatever it is you needed to fix, whether that's within yourself or whether it's within your path or your friendships. I feel this is a period of, like, as I said, doing some repair work. I feel it's really off the back of April, but it does extend briefly into May there as well. Let me pull a card on the Three of Swords, because, you know, this is to heal something. So it could also be when your friend comes towards you to heal or give you an olive branch if you've experienced some sort of difficulty with someone close to you. I'm just going to pull a card separately on that Three of Swords for you. Seven of Wands, Four of Wands, and the Justice card. Okay, so, I mean, the King of Swords is think before you act. And we also have the Seven of Pentacles, slow pace. Don't go too quickly, because if you are moving property, because we've got the Four of Wands there, which is the home space, and we've got the Seven of Wands, it's like you want to protect yourself legally with the Justice card there. Otherwise, there could be a bit of a struggle on your hands. So get the best advice that you can in a situation. Don't rush into anything there. With that Seven of Wands, that's really like guard yourself. But also, if you're, you know, feeling under the weather and you've had that procedure, and that's not going to resonate with everyone, of course, but that's coming through very strongly, so I have to mention it. Seven of Wands is like sustained effort. Take it easy. It's not an accident that you've got another seven there, okay? But the Four of Wands is like you may be at home a little bit more, enjoy the moment, having people around you. And of course, the Justice card is you find the solution. Everything in balance, cause and effect. If you overdo it, you're actually going to have a reset. You're going to, I mean, your body's going to shock you if you keep continuing to ignore the signs. So that's coming through there as well. For some of you, not all of you, there may be something that's consistently happening in your environment. Now, for example, if it's a neighbor who has been bugging you or trying to goad you, push your buttons in some way, I feel like you may have been standing up for your rights in some way, because the Four of Wands is the home space, and the Seven of Wands is protection energy. The Justice card can mean that there may be some sort of legal action that is either threatened or, you know, followed through with. I mean, leading with integrity. King of Swords, if you're honest and open, I mean, I feel like, you know, you're disappointed. It's going to be a bit of a struggle, but at the same time, I feel like, you know, you come out of that and you celebrate. Four of Wands is to celebrate. So you celebrate a win. Also, I see that some of you, if you're fighting for a new contract, whether it's a property and you're up against other people who want to purchase it, or whether it's a goal, you know, or, you know, some sort of elevation or lucrative deal that you're fighting for, I feel like you accomplish it, you win it. And there could be some policy changes as well, okay, that may affect the world, because the world, I can't ignore the fact that the World card can connect to the world. So it could be that there is some major shocking moment, and I am feeling it, okay? This year is going to be a bumpy ride. Don't get me wrong, okay? I know that I have mentioned a lot of financial bumps in the road, and that's mainly because we do have Saturn and we have Pluto, you know, shifting. And of course, we have the majority energy in Taurus this year, as well as Aquarius. So, you know, Taurus rules money and Aquarius rules like AI and technological events, as well as society at large. So that's why I've told you that the main energies that could govern. But on another level, I mean, we've got the World and we've also got the Tower there. So it could be that, you know, for some of you, you see some sort of justice for what's been going on in the world that perhaps we're not all happy with, and would hope for a better place. So I definitely see that we could collectively see something that is shocking, but is gets retribution or some sort of karma. There's some sort of like someone gets punished for a wrongdoing in a, you know, a global sense, and you know, the world celebrates in some way. So that's coming through there as well. Now, Also, I mean, Seven of Wands for you really means that you're at your personal best. So it tends to mean that, you're leaving any difficulty behind. And I definitely saw that with that, one for sorrow magpie. It flies away. So I feel it's like, it leaves you. But I feel like you've learned a lesson with it, because the Justice card can be like a harsh lesson. So, for example, if you overdo exercise, you could get a hernia, or I don't know why that's coming up, but that's there. So it could be that you learn your lesson about overextending yourself, going too far, taking on too much. Also, I feel there could be a reunion for you, a reunion energy. Someone is thinking about you, but I feel like they may have just gone through a divorce. They may also be, or sort of high-level commitment relationship. They may have separated, and they've been thinking about you, but they're not ready for a relationship. So whether you're in a relationship or not, I feel like someone from your past will reach out because they've been thinking about the good times they've had with you round about the month of May. And I feel that you kind of like guard yourself against this person. You tell them how you truly feel about the situation, but ultimately I feel, you'd be happy to see them, but it's nothing more, okay? And for some of you, you may actually get married in the month of May, or you may actually have, as at May, June time, as I said, I feel like a partner, if you're in a high-level commitment, may suddenly pop the question for you there as well, okay? King of Swords, thinking, very strategic in the month of May. It's almost like what's next, okay? And it's also about being super organized and being, really honest with yourself. And I feel like you're trying to think before you act. And also it's a month where, you need to be super honest, because I feel this is a month where you could be like caught out on something, even if you told like a little white lie, okay? I'm not saying you would ever lie, my beautiful Leo. I don't see that at all. I see you have a beautiful, pure heart. But at the same time, I feel when there's something critical and you get asked a question, if like suddenly you blurt something out and think, oh my gosh, why did I say that? That's not it at all. I feel like you're actually going to be a little bit more like, authentic and speak your truth. I mean, for example, many, many years ago, a friend of mine asked me to cover for her regarding a situation. And I was like, I can't do that because that like really goes against my principles. I just can't do it. And she was like, well, why not? We're friends. What about the girl code? And I was like, yeah, but what about honesty? What about this, that, and the other? And I'm Scorpio. So I was like, I can't lie for you. I'm really sorry. And in the moment, the person that she wanted me to lie to asked me a question, and bizarrely, what came out of my mouth was kind of like the truth, but not the truth, if you know what I mean. It was almost like I said what needed to be said that kind of like hinted at the truth, but at the same time, I avoided really being direct with it. And of course, it came back to bite me on the you-know-what. And as I said it, and I don't know why it came out, just blurted down out, I was like, what? In my head, I was like, why did you do that? Why didn't you just say this? Because it put me on the spot. I didn't expect to bump into that person that day. So it was really like on the fly and put me on the spot. And that just came out. So even though my intention was not to lie, at the same time, I still somehow covered for my friend and then put myself in a very sticky situation. In the end, I was in the middle of this whole thing, and then I looked like the bad person, right? So, I feel there's something here where you're not going to cover for anybody. I feel like you're going to be super honest. You're going to speak your truth and not allow anyone to pressurize you into like covering for them or, sugarcoating anything either there as well. Also, King of Swords, again, some more major repair work going on there as well. So it may be something that continues over a couple of months. Seven of Pentacles, I feel also that you are really finding alternative ways of either living or reimagining your path in some way. Doesn't mean that you're not still goal-focused or oriented. It feels like you're finding a different route to it, and also not being afraid to admit what's no longer for you, okay? Seven of Pentacles also indicates your patience and hard work pays off. The success comes forward for you, the thing that you've been waiting for. So some really great news happening in April and May for you. Now let's get to June, okay? It's sticking out like a sore thumb there. June, we have the Tower. Now, the Tower is not to be feared. It actually means restructure. It means all change. It also means you are identifying where you feel stuck in your life. Now, of course, the year is a long time, and whilst it does fly by really fast sometimes, I feel, there are moments of feeling like, frustrated. Everyone has like a hump day or a hump week. This could be your hump month where you're like, you're working really hard, you've accomplished quite a lot, you're really happy in some areas, and then you're looking at what's not working. So I definitely see that this card for you is about restructure and liberating yourself from feeling stuck, taking a leap of faith in some way. It's almost like you took the leap of faith and now what? So I feel with the Tower energy, some of you may even like disconnect from like society or friends, or go off grid a little bit in stealth mode, isolate yourself in some way in order to work on projects that are important to you. But also this could be like sudden change, okay? Or even like a breakdown in some area of your life where you need to rebuild, because it is a transformative energy. Now, when we have the Tower, we normally get lots of signs from the universe that something needs to change. And if you've ignored those signs, then things become critical. So I feel June is really a month where, you've had an epiphany moment in the month of March, a wake-up call. And if you haven't listened, things get critical round about June. But I actually see that you are listening. And I feel like you are transforming your life for the better. So let's see what that Tower is all about for you. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Now, the Tower doesn't have to be a negative shock or a surprise. It can be a positive one, okay? But it is a very fast-moving energy. So suddenly, everything feels a little bit out of control in June for you, okay? We got the King of Pentacles, so that's a wonderful surprise, but it can also indicate something gets a little bit serious, where, for example, you may have documents to deal with, administrative tasks. Suddenly you may not be able to find a really important piece of information, and, we've got the World card there. Okay, really interesting that we've got very similar cards coming out. We've got the Four of Pentacles there. We've got the Ten of Pentacles there. So, this could be a shock in your fortune, okay? Suddenly something that perhaps you invest in really takes off, or something connected to your finances. The World card showing up again, it indicates it's somehow connected to the month before, but it can also indicate a shock in the world, okay? So this could be, something that perhaps weighs heavy on your heart, makes you feel very uncertain, and really tries to make you feel like you need to secure yourself at home in some way. I know that sounds really like major, and I don't mean to make anyone feel paranoid. I can see the cards that I can see, right? And the energy that I can see. I actually see that it's nothing for you to really worry about, but it can cause some anxiety or uncertainty in this month. And when you move on to the next month, as you can see the Death card there, it's like something has changed, but it allows some sort of rebirth. And, I feel somehow overall, the energy works in your favor, my beautiful Leo, okay? So we've got the World there. So it could be that you're looking at small world living and large world living. A lot of the cards for you are like go big or go home. And I feel this is about you, like, finding your place in the world. And for example, I did mention it earlier, it's like if you are taking out like a repayment plan on something, whether it's a mortgage or a car, you may see some increases in like inflation or, interest rates in some way that really shock you and make you feel really worried about your money or the way that money is going. It could also be with the Five of Pentacles there, that if you don't listen to your body, if your body is calling out for you to rest, it could be a bit of a wake-up call, okay? Now, the Five of Pentacles is also an indication that perhaps something that started to blossom got cut short in its prime, okay? And you may need to revisit it in this month in order to revamp it in some way, restructure it in some way. It could also indicate that someone, the energy that I've got here is that someone perhaps gives you an olive branch in the previous months in order to heal a rift, but then suddenly like ghosts or, goes off grid and doesn't reconnect because they are licking their wounds. Their pride is hurt in some way. So it could be that you'll struggle with someone like that there too. I feel there's also an energy of being highly aware of things are difficult in the world and the uncertainty of, life in general. But I actually get this energy that you are secure, because we do have that Four of Pentacles again, which means you're protected, redirected. Moon card energy also is about, a time of transformation, metamorphosis. So some of you, you may actually go off grid to really focus on what you do not have in your world, whether it's more money, whether it's more opportunity, whether it is a community. Okay, I feel like you're coming out of your comfort zone in order to change your life for the better. Because remember, we've got the Sun card here, which means whatever it is you're restructuring and working towards, this new start or change, it's really positive. And we've got the Page of Cups here. So Page of Cups, it's the second time rather that, an earth element is coming out there with also some Cancerian energy. So this could be, for example, that, if you are looking for love, you may hear something about the person that you're connecting to that shocks you. And because we got the Four of Pentacles, it's like they could seal the deal. They could try and move in with you or ask you to marry them. I just get this energy of being surprised out of nowhere when it comes to love as well. Okay, Page of Cups also can indicate charitable work, also learning, studious energy, you putting yourself in a course of learning to actually upskill or change your life in some way, to enrich your soul. And I feel, there's actually a lot of financial prosperity around you this year. So some of you, thanks so much, I'm truly grateful. Some of you may, if you've lost someone who transitioned and are no longer on this earthly plane last year, and you've been waiting for the inheritance to come through, I definitely see that you will hear about that in the month of June. Okay, so if you've been waiting to hear on that, of course you'd rather the person was still here on this earthly plane, but I feel like you've had to be very sort of logical about this, and some of you may have some legal dealings in the month of sort of May, June time, and I feel you'll get the inheritance. June is the month that I see there. Also, some of you, you finalize property. That's definitely coming through there as well. But also, some of you may suddenly decide to retire. If you are really thinking things through, this could be the month where you actually change your life cycle completely by working on a different time. So June is a really great month to do it. You may surprise some people there, but I actually see that, you actually secure your position where you feel like you belong. Also, you feel like you have the money to do so. And I feel like you're being very cautious and wise about how you use your finances. But I feel it's a really great month if you wanted to retire there too. Now, the Four of Pentacles indicates whatever this restructure is, you're secure. But also it could be that you're having major home renovations during this time. Or if you work from home, some of you may have launched a business from home, you may actually hear some major renovations going on outside that could cause annoyance or keep you up in some way. Or there could be a neighbor who is doing some sort of restructure and you're trying to get some peace of mind. So it could be a loud environment in the month of June, which it kind of changes you a little bit, but I feel like, it's nothing to worry about. It won't last long term, okay? The fact that you're going with the World card, when I shuffled, you got a Three of Pentacles around about April, May time, and then you're going from the Four of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. This can indicate a huge increase in wealth, okay? So it could be that if you are online and you have a channel, social media platform or something, it could be that your brand really elevates and suddenly everyone wants to see what you have to offer and more money is increasing there. It could also be that suddenly you get a new role within your company, or you may see some restructure within the company that you're in and it shocks you and you actually have to find a new position elsewhere and secure your position in that. Ultimately, if, for example, you hear some news, for example, in a career environment that shocks you, I feel like you get like a role that is very similar to what you're already doing, but for even more money. And I know that makes no sense, but I feel like you can secure your position, but I feel like it's elsewhere. So this may be a month where you decide to change how you work or change a position, is what I see there too. But the Ten of Pentacles is a really great card because it indicates marriage. So if you're looking for a high-level commitment, I feel like someone could pop the question. I've mentioned that around about this time of the month, time of the year rather. But also it indicates that you secure a position or you bring in more wealth. It could also indicate someone like asking you to marry them in that month as well. Try to act surprised, of course. Now, then we go on to the month of July. All change. So there's a major restructure, and now you balance things out about being very clear. As one door closes, another opens. This is also a time where you look at all the bad habits or the, negative things that you've connected to throughout the year, because sometimes, we may meet new people who are the toxic or who are manipulative or, who are wonderful. So you get to choose who remains in your world or what remains in your world. It's almost like a bit of a major check-in point in your year. The Death card also indicates transformation, a reminder that all things must change. Everything has a season. It comes to an end. But also, I feel this is a wonderful time because it's almost like you are cultivating your landscape. You've been growing stuff or focusing on stuff, nourishing stuff throughout the year. And now it's time to like cut back in certain areas, right? This figure has the scythe and is about to cut out all the clouds that are in front of the sun. And then the next month is the sun. Nothing is going to dull your shine. Nothing is going to allow you to derail from your plans and from your path. And I feel like you really are decluttering your life in some way. Also, the Death card can also, with the World and the Tower and the Death card, it can indicate that we may hear of a passing of a major person in the world. Okay, it could be a person who is well known, especially since we have the Sun card. So it could be something that really shocks the world in and around those months. Okay, so we could see a figure who is well known, having either an accident or like a major shock in some way or a passing. So that could come through there as well. So maybe something that the world will witness is what I'm seeing there too. Let me pull a card on the Death card for you. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Leo? What do they need to know? We got the Death card again. Okay, so big month for change. When Spirit says the Death card, means the Death card. It's like you don't need to question this. It's a major month for restructure, change, but also spreading your wings to fly. Okay, the Death card is actually a rejuvenative energy. Nothing truly dies. It's energy. It's all transformed. So I feel you could merge or blend ideas during this month. You could actually open yourself up to a new way of living. I feel there's just a contemplation here to change one thing from one form to another, and I feel like it happens for your highest good. I mean, you're really happy with it because the Sun card is in your month, August. So this is about you reestablishing your relationship with yourself, allowing your wonderful, authentic self to shine and bask in all your glory. So whatever changes you're making, look at that, Queen of Wands. Just as I said, Leo is basking in all their glory. We get the Queen of Wands. And that literally means you're going to have a lot of attention. You are magnetic. You are attracting the best in life. The middle of the year is so good for you, okay? As you can see there, the sunflower almost looks like the sun. Sunflowers, they only go where the sun is. Okay, throughout the day. And you are cutting out the clouds that have the potential to spoil your view of the sun. Also, we have the sun completely in full view for you in your month. So as you move from July into August, I feel, of course, it's all about you because that's your birthday month. And I feel like you are shining your wonderful light and people are paying a lot of attention to you. But also, I feel like you're going to be getting out there, having fun with good people, making magic together, also very highly creative as well. And I get an energy here of you building strong friendships. And I feel like you're very inspired this month to express your passions. You're being encouraged to express yourself in your own unique way. So I feel with the Death card, it's like you're not being contained anymore. You're allowing yourself to be who you are. And I mean, peacock yourself, literally that. So I feel there is a high potential for you to attract a lot of opportunity your way, creative projects. But it could be like the birth or the rebirth of a project that perhaps you revisit. Because I feel this year you revisit a lot of things that make you who you are, that, reignite that lust for life, that passion. And I feel a lot more exploration. The Hermit. Okay, so the Hermit is like to go off grid, to refocus on the journey, to shine your light, to recharge your batteries. Okay, so I definitely see this Death card is about, getting back to best, allowing yourself to glow, changing some things in order to be ready for your birthday month. But I feel it's more than that. It's more about, being confident in who you are. Some of you may even go on a spiritual retreat during this time or develop your spiritual gifts. But I feel it's like your knowledge helps you make these changes. And some of you may even pick up, an extension of a course of learning in the month of July there too. Because I feel like you are the architect of your dreams. This keeps coming out for you as well. Now, of course, we have the Sun card as we move into August. So this is about shining your light. It's also a period of personal growth. I feel like the previous months will have taught you a lesson. And I feel like you've not refused to learn it. I feel like you certainly learned this lesson, whatever it is. But the Sun is a breakthrough energy, positivity, an awakening, an embracing of joy, living in the moment. But it's also about success. So I feel like you come to your fore. This is like the peak of your year is in your birthday month. So just let me clarify that for you. The Sun, of course, represents, abundance. Everybody like really gravitating towards you, enjoying your company, seeing you, allowing yourself to be seen. Getting out there, being more sociable. We have the Knight of Pentacles there. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. So I feel like people really show you a lot of effort in the friendship that they have with you, but also with the Knight of Pentacles there, I feel like, things are working as they should. I feel everything that you have is down to hard work. And this card indicates tangible success. Your stamina, your dedication of being in the flow, committed to your dreams and goals pay off. So I definitely see that you're almost looking back with pride in the month of August, thinking, you know what? I've done a really good job in a short amount of time. And with the Queen of Swords there, I feel like also, you are analyzing what do you need to do next? I keep getting this energy of like, what next? What next? Okay, so I do see that there's 2 starts in your year. I don't know how they're going to come about, but I feel it's almost like, and now we start again, or and now from the beginning. And I feel like you're thinking about the future, and there is a brighter future to look forward to. Queen of Swords is someone who has healthy boundaries, but also who keeps their eye on the future so that you can be ahead of the curve and have a strong sense of purpose. And I definitely see that you're keeping your eye on your money, but also on the future of the world and how it can affect you economically as well, okay? Because we do start to see some strange changes going on in terms of planetary alignments, but also in terms of your energy as well, because you've got the High Priestess next, which is caution and tapping into your intuition. So we definitely see that there's a shift throughout the year there. But ultimately, you're someone who is very clear thinking. You're very direct, and you can see what other people cannot see. You're a maverick. So I feel like you really tap into your intuition to see ahead before time. And you're being really realistic about, yourself as well and your capabilities. And I feel like you're very organized in this month. It's not just about your birthday month, okay? I feel like you are clear spoken. You find the words necessary. Some of you actually may launch a project that is connected to your words during this month, whether it's a book, an online course, or a podcast. Or some of you may even go into voice work during this time as well, because I feel like, people are paying attention to your words and really, enjoy what they hear from you, because they They know that they're going to get the honest truth, okay? Now, we also have the High Priestess. So this is about developing your spiritual gifts, tapping into your intuition. This is a month where it feels like it's a little bit of a slower pace for you, okay? Where you're gaining enlightenment, you're really thoughtful, soul-searching energy, but it's also about being a little bit in between worlds or cautious, tapping in order to see ahead. And it's a month for having faith as well. So you reestablish your faith in some way, and I feel that there's an energy of knowing that the universe has got your back, that you're protected and redirected during difficult times, because we've got the Moon card there as well. And with the High Priestess, it can indicate an energy of caution. Okay, as you can see there, the Hangman, slower pace, really, seeing things from different perspectives, gaining new wisdom. Remember what I was given by my guides: in silence comes wisdom. And I definitely see that's happening there for you. But also the Hangman is an energy that releases restriction. It's about, turning your world upside down to get a new view. And the Hangman actually puts himself on the tree of life. The tree of life is the tree of learning. And I feel that you have done something in the year of 2024, right in the middle, to shake things up a little bit. You learned some lessons, but ultimately they work out in your favor. So it could be that you sacrifice something in order to get something better, and delays, I feel like any delays kind of dissipate, really. Even though the Hangman is a pause, I feel that now you start to see things shifting and coming towards you. Because sometimes when we're always on the go and trying to force things to happen, the universe, it's almost like it's not delayed, it just feels harder to get to. And sometimes when we take that pause, the universe comes in and says, you ordered this, here it is, I'm delivering it now for you there as well. Because you took the risk to pause and trust that the universe is going to show up for you. And the Hangman is about surrendering to the universe, okay? Now, because we have the High Priestess and we've got Hangman, which is Pisces, I would say this is a prime time to be a little bit more cautious about your health, especially when it comes to a seasonal cold or overdoing it or not having the right vitamins. This is really taking stock of who you are and really looking beneath the surface. Any aches and pains, that sort of thing comes to the surface in this month. And a lot of you are going to find a very natural way to deal with it. Of course, connect to your health practitioners if you're deciding to add anything or take anything away from your diet in some way. But I definitely see with the Hangman there, you're replenishing your energy and you're relaxing. It's almost like relax, don't fret. You will know when the time is to act on something. So you recharge your batteries. And it's not that nothing is happening that month. I feel some of you, you could be connecting to reading more books during that time, or putting yourself out there to meet new people, but in a very sort of slow-paced way. So it feels very much like maybe going to a community event or just doing something for you that you really enjoy. I mean, for some reason right now I'm seeing a flower market. Okay, so someone going to a flower market. So I feel it's kind of trying to let you know, stop and smell the roses. Okay, that's the energy that I'm getting for that month in particular. So a little bit of downtime, because you want your energy and strength for the following month, okay? So this is, where are we now? I just need to count there, August, September, October. So October. This is a month where, you are recharged and ready to go, and you have a lot of energy, a lot of vitality. You've also got a lot of self-discipline this month. So to endure something. With the Strength card, I feel like there's power there, there's fortitude, and you're breaking the chains, literally. Okay, and you have that spear where it's like you want to be on target, so nothing's going to hold you back. So this is a real go-getting month. It's almost like you're on the go again. So let me just see what's working there for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Leo? Judgment card. So it's almost like you're back on track. Okay, a major arcana card again, which highlights your true north, your true life's purpose and mission. You're listening to the calling. You are rejuvenated, revitalized, and ready to go. Okay, so it's almost like you're back to best. You've reconnected to that part of yourself that you feel was missing. And look at that, Two of Cups. Can also be that you are attracting what you truly desire from your heart, because at grassroots, the Two of Cups is the card of attraction, attracting what your soul song desires. So whether that's a relationship, it could be that, someone wants to reconnect to you from your past, or a second chance, because when you meet someone new, I feel, or even if you're in a relationship, I feel that, you and this person, you deeply love each other. It's soulmate energy. But round about the middle of the year, I feel like there could be some sort of like tension. And it doesn't have to be within your union. It could be that there are some external forces outside yourselves, like, inflation, and like the money pressure is on, or perhaps you or your person, try to change jobs in some way. There could be some sort of like, critical moment in the relationship, but you reestablish that you love each other, and this is a card of second chances. So I definitely see another chance at love there for you. If it doesn't work with someone new that you meet, although I actually see you meeting a soulmate right from the beginning. So if you're looking for love, I see that you find a soulmate there, but there could be some sort of change or some major, your partner may need to go away, or you may need to go away for like a couple of months in the middle of the year. It could be family related. So I feel there may be a bit of a pause, but you reunite, okay, is what I see there as well. Now, Two of Cups can also indicate an agreement. So it could be that you make an agreement to do something. I feel there's a lot of policy changes, so watch out for that, and a lot of contractual changes in the year of 2024. So it could be like if you have a service provider, you could hear of some increases in prices, but also some changes in policies which restrict you in some way, or changes that perhaps you're not truly happy with. I see you getting rid of subscriptions that you don't need anymore. But also, if you see any changes in contracts, always read the fine print, because I feel that whenever you start new contract, of course, it nullifies anything that went before. So if you're in a company or a job long term, and suddenly they offer you, because there's a new restructure, there may be some sort of takeover bid or merge going on in the middle of the year, they may offer new contracts to you at the end of the year. Be really mindful, because if you've got benefits from working at the company for a long time, as soon as you sign a new contract, they are nullified. So just watch out for that, because I see that potentially being something that you may be looking at too. Now we've got the Moon card as we move into November. Now, as I said, remember that Saturn goes direct from November, okay, and we've got some very strange movements going on just before that as well, with Uranus retrograding from September, and, we also have that wonderful planet, Jupiter, retrograding from October. Jupiter is all about good luck. So it's almost like everything spins in reverse, and suddenly there is less access to luck at the end of the year. And that's going to be for the collective, not just for you, my beautiful Leo. But it gives you a time to reflect. The Moon card is transformation, change, metamorphosis, but it's also about your inner awareness, tapping into your intuition. You're going to need it for 3 months. Heightened intuition, okay, to pay close attention to your hunches. If you feel it, it is it. If you feel something's off, it's off, okay? Obviously, you're going to do your due diligence. You're not just going to call it and say, I just know. You're going to seek facts. You're going to find facts. You're going to uncover and realize that you are right. So trust your intuition on that too. But the Moon card also is about, the universe orchestrating things behind the scenes to show up for you in the right moment. And I definitely see that there's something positive coming for you in November. However, the overarching energy can bring uncertainty for the collective, not just for you, for the collective. For some of you, especially since we've got the dog and the wolf there, it could be you suddenly decide that you want to take a seasonal role, or do something a little bit more freelance, or even take a longer contract in something, and you may be trying to work out what's right for you. Ultimately, a path is being made clear for you to evolve from change. And as your final card, there is a Hierophant, which means, you reaffirm your beliefs, you are reestablishing what you feel is right, but also that you look back on the year recognizing you learned a lot. I feel that you're finding your way through change and having faith. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles is learning, of course, but it's also about, recognizing that we're all the apprenticeship of life. We're all the student of life. But this can be a time where you have a greater understanding of who you are. As I said, soul-searching energy, also applying your knowledge of what you already know. You are a master of your craft. Okay, so whatever it is you do, you're really awesome at it. And in order to get really awesome at it, you have to do it again and again and again to get good at it. So some of you may be looking at repetitive cycles in your life and how it made you great. And also, reoccurring cycles in your life that maybe drained your energy, because the moon card can be a drain on your energy. So I definitely see that you're looking at that there. Eight of Pentacles also, this is about repair work. So it could be a little bit more repair work going on, especially as you go into November, December time. I see there may be something in the home space that breaks down. Nobody likes to hear that, okay? But you do have the resources to fix it, is what I'm seeing there too. 8 is also the number of the self. And this year is actually governed by the number 8. Okay, it's ruled by Saturn and governed by the number 8. And that means there are infinite possibilities to tap into. Good luck, change for the positive, and, some really great stuff. But collectively, the overarching energy of the earth and the world, there's going to be some shifts, okay? King of Wands, vitalized spirit, getting back to best, initiating change, and being an influencer. So influencing your way in life. Some of you may launch, an extension of a business, or, if you're an entrepreneur, you may do some new, bold, daring things with your company. If you are retired, you may actually, go on a real soul-searching mission that really revitalizes that lust for life, that really inspires you. You may meet a mentor or, someone who influences you in a creative way. It could be that also some of you decide to become a creative teacher or do something that inspires you. You've got a lot of king energy in your reading, male or female, not a gender-specific reading. Of course, we had some queens show up there too, but I feel like you're really establishing yourself this year as someone who has a lot of power and has the capability to fix anything that arises that could potentially be a problem. So I feel like you've got this. But ultimately, I feel like you recharge your batteries during this time and are very, bold in all your endeavors. I also feel like some of you, if you're looking for sponsorship, if you are in an environment like a sporting environment and you're looking for sponsorship in some way, I definitely see that it could come in November for you as well. Okay. Ultimately, King of Wands is to make sure you are secure in all your endeavors as well. And finally, we have the Hierophant. Now, this could also be rules and regulations. So collectively, we may see some new rules or regulations come in at the end of the year. This is about power structures, or all the traditions of how things are conventionally done. And with the Moon card as the transformative energy just before, it could mean that there are some new things that come our way at the end of the year that you're not so sure about, but they will become something conventional eventually, okay? So it's like expectations are not fully met, but you are expected to in some way conform to a new norm, okay, in some area. So it could be technology, because of course Aquarius rules technology, but on a personal level, the Hierophant is about your belief system. It's really about honoring your traditions during the month of December, but also it's about reestablishing your faith and also learning. So some of you may actually learn a little bit more or look back on the year and see what you've learned so far. And also, it could be that there's an energy coming through of that the world at large, it was pretty tough. It was really difficult, but you still managed to shine your light and, accomplish whatever it is you set out to do and accumulated more wealth along the way. I feel with the Five of Pentacles and Two of Pentacles, you learned to be flexible. Definitely in the year 2024, humanity has to learn to be flexible. That's a fact that's coming out there for sure. Look, the world. So I'm definitely picking that energy up, and you do remain flexible. There is going to be a lot of change. There are going to be some moments where it is going to be difficult. They're showing me that actually this month for you is more of a reflection on how 2024 went for you, okay? And how there were some ups and downs, and that you're exhausted. But I feel like there's a lot of fun moments. Don't get me wrong. I feel like you have a lot of fun. You have a lot of enjoyable moments. You actually, plot lots of interesting things to do this year. There's a lot of travel. I feel like you've definitely promised yourself you're going to do more travel, more new things, and push yourself out of a comfort zone. But the Five of Pentacles indicates you're going to look back at some of the difficult moments that you had and how you were flexible in order to accomplish your goals, because the World card is to accomplish the goal or to find your place in the world, feel where you belong, or where you feel is home. And some of you may have had that major move, relocation energy. It just feels like with the Hangman and the Ten of Wands, it's like you're exhausted. It's been a tough year. It's been a great year because I actually see it's being really beneficial for you more than most. But at the same time, you look back with like, and relax, because you've got that Hangman energy there as well. So December is really about like closing down the year, getting closure on what happened, but also recharging your batteries, recognizing that you're really strong. You know, you chose to blossom, and I feel, you know, despite difficult circumstances, you chose to blossom. That figure there has a beautiful rose inside a cage and is stifling growth. Okay, pick the rose, stifle the growth. But as you can see, this figure, you know, it's been a lot, but this figure chose to blossom and bloom and stop to smell the roses. And I really feel living in the moment is something that you will live your life by, literally, this year. And there's a lot of prosperity for you, a lot of great twists and turns. I would be a little bit cautious around about June time, as well as perhaps maybe September, October, November, but that's the collective energy that I'm seeing there. But I feel like you leave the year having faith that the best is yet to come. Okay, so that was a lot, but it's important to take time to give you everything that my guides are meant to give you. I'm just going to give you a little bit more before we close. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you, oh, they said one more. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have legacy, walking away, defeated, and attraction. Isn't that interesting? Because it's like you're learning what is right for you in your life. Everything that you've endured, you're going to accomplish great things. And if something's not going right for you, you're attracting something better. Okay, we've got defeated here. And it says, feel nothing is going right, or a loss, or a sense of having lost something, or overcome by adversity. We've got legacy, contributing to the future generations, an enduring impact, and earthly possessions. So as I said, you're really going to highly be governed by that Taurus energy of earthly possessions, like real estate, money, you know, food as well, you know, great food substances, organic energy, organic food substances. We've also got walking away. And it says withdrawing from a situation or person, leaving the past behind, and learning to let go. And that's a lesson you've been learning for quite some time, but it really is finalized in the year of 2024. And finally, we've got attraction. Okay, frogs represent really good luck, and manifesting and magnetism, intention, focus, effort, target, release, and prosper. And that's your overarching energy completely as well for 2024. So I'm very excited for you. Don't get me wrong, there are some ups and downs, but you've got this, okay? Oh, we've only got one rune there for you, and it's the emotion rune. Okay, so this is the water rune. So this is all about developing your psychic gifts, paying attention to your dreams, initiating change, but also, you know, overcoming temptations. And it's the feminine energy to be open to all that is good. Okay, all that is creative, all that is loving, kind, and beautiful in the world. And I definitely see it really connects to that energy of living in the moment. So I'll leave it there, my beautiful Leo. I hope something resonates in there. That was a lot. But if it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Leo, and love and light.